All right, YouTube. This is Mr. Mean coming at you this Saturday evening at 8:14 p.m. I have the Hobbs and Company here. Mr. Mean's going to be running the last and final final session of Mysteries Abound. Mr. Hobbs, take it away.
All right. Well, you heard him, guys. Mr. Mean, John Polak on the Gamerhood. Welcome to Nasser.
All right, YouTube. This is Mr. Mean coming at you this
My thing just
Saturday.
started. Ooh, scared me. Mr. Mean's voice in the background scares me sometimes when I'm not ready for it. Anyway, good to have Angels Citadel with Joanna and Josh and Super Beast Nasser here. Let's play the game.
Right on. So when last we left our intrepid heroes, you guys had defeated what appears to have been the head cultist of the cult of Arachne. Mavius had spent a good week and a half locked up in his room until I gotta find the names here. Hello, work with me. Angie, what's your character's name? I'm sorry.
Angie is Angie.
It is Angie. Okay. It's been 2 weeks since we played, so I don't. Oh wait. I remember now.
Whose fault is that? Oh wait, that'd be yours.
It is mine. That's right. She got me. It's okay. You know, it is warranted. I'm not gonna lie. You know, some of us. Never gets old. Anyway, Angie had basically grabbed Mavius and dunked him in a horse trough, I believe, to get him clean. Sadly, after defeating the cultist and rescuing one of the knights, I believe, I think the other ones were dead. Or were they all? They were all dead, right?
Yeah, they're all dead.
Yeah, the rangers / knights were all dead that Lord Brighton had sent the players to go find. They had recovered a second book, which is just as mysterious and weird as the first book. Again, one of the things you notice too, Mavius, is that the leather has this like mottled rust color, almost like dried blood, but it couldn't be dried blood. Nobody would do that, right? That's just weird. But and the second book is just as compelling. And I believe that after he spent a good 2 weeks reading it, it's kind of the same thing has happened. We're just going to assume Angie's had enough. She goes and grabs you because you stink, and she dunks you in a horse trough, totally ruining the water for the horses. But who cares? You know, you just want to get back to your books. You still have that feeling that we talked about in previous sessions between you and I, and we can talk about that if tonight is the finale. So if things time permits, we can let everybody else in on everything. But the good part is you learned another spell, which normally you wouldn't be able to do. But with reading comes understanding. With understanding comes a deeper knowledge, and you have opened yourself up to the mysteries of the beyond, and it has imparted some of its wisdom upon you. Did you choose your new spell?
No, I am right now.
Oh, okay. You don't have to reveal it to us.
Oh, okay.
If you don't, yeah, it's for you. It's my little gift to you. Aren't I a kind and benevolent God?
Mm-hmm.
The rest of you have noticed that Mavius has been acting, shall we say, a little more reclusive than usual. Not hardly eating. When he does sleep, it's in fits, and he sweats, and he tosses and turns. You hear a couple of phrases like, "Yes, my lady, your will be done." Things like that. You know, very, very odd for someone sleeping. But he's got that haggard look. But you know, when you talk to him, he pretty much sounds like the normal Mavius that you've come to know and love. He's more than willing to backstab somebody to further the team's mission, you know. You know, he does cast a little magic here and there. But it's, you know, like I said, it's been 2 weeks, and the seneschal for Lord Brighton comes to the tavern there where you're staying, and asks. It actually has a tube in a leather case, and he gives it to you, Lothar.
Okay, so I'll pull it out and.
It's a missive from Lord Brighton as well, and it basically says that he wants you to meet him. They found some disturbing information down in the catacombs where you were before, but you're going to keep going. When you get to the cistern, you're going to go right instead of left. I think last time you guys went left, and that's where you found the kids and everything, and you fought the giant spider. This time he's telling you to go right and just keep going down, and to post haste as soon as you can get there. The knight kind of bows his head and spins around. I need everybody to make a perception test, please.
Detection or just a perception?
This would be detection, yes. Your luck pools. Oh, look at someone got a greater. Rudigar got a greater success. Matthias got a greater success. Lothar, well, you're too busy reading. And Angie got... My God, the dice are hot tonight. Wow.
I love the cute ones.
Yeah.
Hey,
He's
wait
not
a minute.
bad-looking dude. So Lothar, you're busy reading, the note and looking over it, trying to find that hidden meaning in it and all that, any weird things that you would do. But the three of you all notice that when the guard turns, you see a small spider kind of come out the collar of his neck under his armor, and then it goes into his ear. It disappears real quick. And he walks out and he's gone. But you three noticed that. Lothar, you did not.
Angie is going to look at Lothar and put her hand in front of the note. It's a trap.
Said in your best Admiral Akbar voice. It's a trap.
Angie wouldn't know who Admiral Akbar was.
He was a naval commander in the first period. It's okay. He's very fishy.
Lothar will look up at her. A trap?
I am growing very tired of spiders.
Okay, well, Lothar, you got your mission. You know where you need to go. You guys gear up and go, or do you not go, or do you wait? What are you going to do?
What time of day is it?
I would say it's relatively early morning, like 10 bells. The 10th bell has rang. It's already starting to get pretty hot and steamy,
All right.
You are on a giant, plateau.
So Angie is first take the books away from Mavis
Oh,
and put them in her backpack.
Mavis.
Mavis, we've got a mission. You can read your books later.
She's
I
taking
agree.
the books. And she's also telling you what to do.
I know. There's
How do you
not
feel
that
about
much? Well, there's not much I can do about it, but Mavius silently steams. Happy to be back in clean clothes for a while.
Angie's just gonna pat him on the head. You're so adorable when you're angry. You're like a little cute puppy.
She'll be the first sacrifice. Alrighty, so you guys make your way down to the cistern.
Yeah.
You get down. You go to the castle, to the keep. You make your way down into the basement, past the cook's area. Strangely enough, Mavius, you don't see a certain heavily bosomed chambermaid or cook.
Oh boy.
She's not there. I don't know if you care to notice or not, but you notice she's not there making bread.
Seems strange, but it also seems like Mavius is probably less interested in these things as he once was.
Yes, rightly so. As a matter of fact, you all notice that the castle lower bowels seem to be a lot thinner than they used to be, and don't seem to be as kept as they were a mere 2 weeks ago the last time you were here. Now, granted, you didn't come down to the lower areas, but it's been about a month since you guys have been back there. But yeah, it's a little unkempt, which is unusual because the castle seems to be pretty rock solid for what it's worth. So you guys make your way down. You get down to the cistern. You go right instead of left. You go. Excuse me. You go down, 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 down. It literally takes almost an hour to get there. It's quite a trek. But you get down there, it's no problem. It gets a little cooler, you know. Obviously, you're in the earth, and then pretty much what happens is you come into this area. Let me put and you see your characters on the map. There you go. You guys have all moved except for Angie. She should come over. There she goes. Yeah. So you guys come into this area, as you see. You came out from this area and then walked your way down, you know, to here, where you see your characters now, and you see, you know, let's do the measuring.
It's very the map is black for me. Like,
Probably
The
just
Mac-
didn't do his token. It's not black for me, so you probably just didn't do something to his token, I think.
Yeah, I've got
Hold on.
a full map.
Boom. All right, hold on. Bear with me. It should change in just a second.
yes.
Everybody
see the
can
map.
see now.
We could
Yeah.
see everything,
There-
though. I think before
Yeah.
we
Yes.
could only see a little
Yeah,
bit.
no, it's illuminated in here quite well, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
And then it appears to be about 85 feet to Lord Brighton.
Brayton's down here?
Or yeah, he's there, standing there. He's in his armor. You know, he's dressed like he always is. And he's standing there. He looks kind of worried. But you're 85 feet away, so how much can you really see? And then you see there appears to be a woman standing behind him. She's dressed rather plainly, but it could be as there's been rumor that he's taken to a new lady love. Could be her. What do you guys do? I mean, you see him. He sees you. He waves to you. Please, come in. Come.
Angie's just gonna walk up to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with her.
Followed by Rudiger.
Maybe a strangely
Coming, maybe?
brings up the rear. Yeah.
Hold on one second. Yeah, right there's about good. What? There we go. Now, you should have got it. It should be a 1d20 roll. Hold on one second. Ignore that. Still learning the Foundry, kids. Still learning the Foundry. It helps if you... There we go. Players. And then we go request. Okay. So if you look in the chat and you see the dice icon to the right of your name, if you click it, it should automatically roll for you. Oh my gosh. Look at you guys. Oh. So I think that would be a detection check for all of you. And I think, does everybody succeed? Hobbs, do you succeed on a 14?
I had to find my character sheet. I lost it. I put it out.
Uh-oh. I
There it
think
is.
that is a...
Detection. No, I fail.
Okay. You do have your luck pool, so if you want to re-roll it,
Oh,
you
no,
can.
I think it's fine. I think he is certainly.
A little distracted.
Yeah.
You kind of keep looking at Angie and her backpack.
That's right.
That's where the
Detection
book-
is perception, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I made it.
It'll also say on your sheet what a great success is, and you just know that you have to be under your stat. So
And
I
yeah,
know
both
a
Angie and
1
I
and a
got
4 are
great successes.
pretty solid. So for those of you that made it, you see as you get there, and you're about what, maybe 30 feet away, I think. Yeah, it's about 30 feet. You see Brighton. He looks okay. He's a little pale, but that's not unusual. He's in the castle most of the time nowadays. He's not a war commander for the most part anymore. But his posture seems very stiff, and his eyes are kind of glassy. He doesn't. He just something about him's off. If you know what I mean. Just, and he's got a smile on his face. He's like, "Friends, well met. Please come." And you guys, everybody can move up 15 feet. Well, the front rank move up 15 feet, and then the other two will be right behind them.
I think Mavius knows it's supposed to be a trap, so he's not going to walk up there where Angie would certainly be fine, but he wouldn't necessarily be. I think what he might do is maybe we'll cast a spell here. I think I have a spell. Yeah, pierce the veil to see if he can see what's going on.
Ooh. Right.
I guess that's not
Now,
even filled out.
does it allow you to put the description of the spell in the chat if you click it, or does it just?
It would have.
It just
if
did
I-
what it did.
If I had done that, but I thought
Can you
that I
do
had
that
already
just
done
for
that.
those watching at home? They can kind of.
I would have to pull it over. I clicked it and that's what happened.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if let me see on your character sheet. Let me look. Fire it up. If it lets me. Oh, where's Hobbs? There you are.
It's basically detect magic.
It does it there. Yeah, it does. Well, you'd have to, and that's because they don't have Foundry totally set. Yeah, there's not a description in there anyway. So
I
it's moot.
had filled it in at one point, but now it's
Oh.
gone. I think it's the
Well,
change.
the problem is when they do an update, and they have updated this since the last time we played. Sometimes you lose all that, and I didn't know you filled it in, or I would have checked, and I would have done it beforehand. So I do apologize. But pierce the veil. Basically, what does it do? Tell us what it does.
The caster may spend an action to pinpoint and identify magic within a 30-foot radius, including magical items, trapped runes, and personal charms. The broad nature of any magic is revealed. For example, a lightning trap might radiate as elemental magic, while an urn of healing water would radiate as healing. Illusions are not detected. Part of their magic includes fooling basic detection spells of this kind. Pierce the veil is blocked by a thin sheet of lead or stone, earth or wood, more than 1 feet thick.
Well, you have cast the spell, and as you see, they are both out of range.
I thought I was within 30 feet. No.
No, you're not, as you can see on the map.
It lasts
Did you see
it lasts 2d6 hours.
Oh, well, in that case, when you move up, all is made clear. Well, that kind of takes the thunder out of me.
I messed that up.
What'd you do?
I just rolled it wrong. Oh, so 8 hours. I'll write that down.
Alrighty. Well, in that case, here is. You've kind of. This night might be over a little more quicker than we thought.
Oh wait, you want me to? I should do a DDM roll here, right?
Yeah, you should.
I'm not seeing the old DDM roll.
Dude, I can do it. Hold on. Oh wait, no, it would be a straight D20, right?
Yeah, it's just a D20, but I thought it was
It's on the effects page.
effects page. All right, thank you.
There we go. Is that you mean on the character sheet or?
Character sheet. Yep.
Oh, effects. There you
I'm
go.
going to put it back to 1 because we restarted. There you go.
Oh, not bad. All right. So now it's at what? 2?
2. Yep.
It's at 2. She instead of the young, nubile, beautiful woman that you saw there, As soon as you get within that 30-foot distance, you see this. It's about 10 feet tall. It's got the lower abdomen of a spider that is like black with streaks of like this putrid looking green going through it. And then where the thorax meets, it turns into the upper body of a woman. And she is beautiful, except that her eyes, she's got her hair is kind of receded back on her forehead. And she's got, two regular eyes where human eyes would be, and then right above it, slightly smaller, is another set of eyes, and above that is another set of eyes, and above that is another, and they're descending in size. And you can see none of them blink. There's no eyelids. They're just black orbs looking out, and you can see her jaw distends a little bit, and it splits at the chin vertically and opens up, and there's these mandibles fold out, and there's like dripping this vile looking fluid. And she says in this very feminine melodic voice that almost calls to you, it tugs on your heartstrings, and bizarrely only you can hear it, Mavius. And she says, "My newest disciple, you have come to join me and worship, and you've brought me new sacrifices. How lovely. Perhaps you will be my chief cleric and grant you powers beyond this mortal realm. All you have to do is give me the books." Will you give your mistress the books? And she looks at you, and her mandibles are like clicking together, and you're not, you see her like mouth parts moving. The rest of you just see this actually very attractive young lady just standing there looking very demure. And Lord Brighton is just kind of just standing there smiling at you like, everything's wonderful. Mavius?
So Mavius doesn't have the books. And as far as I know, so far, his only insanity is not, he's not totally under the spell of this person, but he certainly wants more power. So I think that he will. "I indeed have the books, my lady. Allow us to bring them closer."
Excellent.
And so he's going to, I think he's going to try and get up close and then fire a crossbow bolt into her and use his Curse of the Searing Steel trick again to see if that'll work.
Ooh, okay. So go ahead and move up.
Do you like a deception or anything like that? Where's my hand?
No, she has no reason to think that as far as she's concerned, you're under her spell. Ooh, now you do have your reroll pool. So, wait, is this an attack? Oh, wait, Angie rolled initiative. Never mind.
Yeah,
that's okay. Everybody can roll initiative if they so desire. But we're not going to start it yet until Mavius does whatever it is Mavius is doing.
So, like, he's reaching back behind him as if to grab the books out.
Right.
But then he's going to whip out his crossbow like a boss and fire it at her.
Pardon me while I whip this out.
All right.
Get down, Mavius.
Get down.
Pepalicious.
Get down. Just fire it. Oh, I have to target her, though.
Are you in front of Lord Brighton?
Oh, I can't tell. I must have it too far back.
Yeah, scroll in a little bit so you can see. The guy in front with the sword and the shield is, or the Morning Star and the shield is Lord Brighton. So.
Oh, I forgot.
You might not want to be that close to him.
I couldn't figure out where I was. I want to come up this way.
So you walk over there. Okay. And she turns, and when she turns, the whole spider body turns, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to turn everybody.
I think since I'm close, I'm just actually going to stick my rapier into her. That's all right. What?
Oh, I was trying. I've got everybody highlighted, and it won't deselect everybody. That's killing me. And of course, every time I do that, it.
Oh, I probably have like a blade or something that I could use too. Maybe that's what I should do.
I think you do.
Yeah. Maybe it would be sneakier to do it that way.
Nope, I don't want to do that.
So the plan is to drive his blade as deeply into this creature as possible. Alrighty.
Okay. Sounds like a plan to me. Hold on, let me.
Did I go too fast?
No, sir, you're fine.
I missed anyway, it looks like.
Oh, they've got that working. That's awesome.
Holy cow.
What just happened?
I
lot of
don't
dice.
know. It rolled. Okay, hold on. I've got to pause for a second here. For whatever reason, it's being stupid, and I'm gonna have to reload.
Oh, everyone rolled for initiative.
Right. I didn't. I highlighted all of you guys, and then all of us. There we go. Now you're not highlighted. Yay! Thank you.
My initiative changed.
Now it's gonna change again because I have to restart the combat.
Okay.
So everybody can right-click on your token and hit the little sword and shield. Oh, there we go. You're in there still. So, all right, everybody. Looks like Hobbs got an initiative of 21, which works out perfectly. And then hopefully you guys can all see the combat tracker. Hobbs, what do you do?
I forgot to look at it. Oh, yeah. So basically, I'm going to stab her with my rapier.
Okay, so go ahead and target her, and then
Think I
make it to
have.
hit roll. Oh, okay, good. And then remember, you high is good.
Oh, I rolled the
That-
same thing.
Well, again, you have.
No,
believe
you
you
can't.
have.
You can't use.
Oh, you can't use it on combat. That's right.
No. Nope.
Let me see. Where is? There she is. There
A
we go.
betrayer in your midst, milady.
Let me move this. Sorry, I'm managing a bunch of different stuff here. And it's
Oh, yeah.
kicking my. It's kicking my ass.
As always.
Alrighty, so now you missed, and she like reels back. Kill him! And that very sexy melodic voice just turns to this like horrible. I mean, it hurts your ears. You all hear this, and Lord Brighton turns. And we combat. Hobbs, you are first. And then when you're
right.
done, that arrow to the right after it says end combat, the arrow, you'll click that to go to the next person's turn.
The arrow.
Yeah, do you see where it says end combat at the bottom, or what does it say for you guys?
Doesn't say anything.
End
Oh,
turn.
end turn. Oh, in that.
End turn, yeah. You but you want to hit the arrow. Is there an arrow to the right of it?
No, we just hit end turn and it does it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Hit in turn, and it should go to Lord Brighton after you. But what do? So you fired your crossbow, you missed.
I stabbed. Instead I changed.
Or
it.
you stabbed. I'm sorry. You
All right,
stabbed
I'm
her.
going to
and you
cast
missed.
Sorceress Misdirection.
And what does that do?
Basically, it creates a mirror image.
Ooh, nice. And do I have to make some sort of check to try and hit the real you, or?
It creates two images of the caster acting in perfect synchronization with her like mirror image. Attackers cannot distinguish from the caster and may attack one of the images instead of the caster.
Excellent. And you're making a copy of yourself?
Yeah, the spell creates two images of the caster.
I believe I can. Well, you can try it. I think you can do a Control C and then click anywhere else on the map and then do Control V, and it should put a copy of your character
I don't think
of
so.
maybe. And if not, I think I can drag out a second token.
All right. So I'm going to roll. So it happens. So there's two more Maviuses appear.
2?
Yeah, 2 images. I create 2 images. All right. No dark and dangerous magic.
Right. So can you do the Control C? Does it let you?
Not that I know of, but I will.
Okay, let me
hit
try. Let me try
enter to the
this.
next.
Yeah, there you go.
No,
Is that
that's-
where you want them, or
Oh,
you
they
could
did
put
drop.
them?
Let me see this. All right. Yeah. That's
Can
fine.
you move them? You should be able to move them.
I gotta maybe move to the move thing. I don't think I can move them.
Okay, hold on. I will give you control of them.
But I might be on the wrong thing too. It's the person you have to be on, right?
Yeah, it have to be you.
Because I can't even control myself.
Yeah, you have to click on the little people icon up there and the square right next to it. But I can. Where do you want?
It's fine, but
You
I
wanna-
can't. I can't even move my own guy. I think because maybe I targeted myself. I don't know.
You can always do
Yeah.
F5. Yeah, you might have yourself targeted, and then on the upper left hand. Oh, you can't move because you're out of combat. That's why. Never mind.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry. Yeah, since it's Lord Brighton's turn. Nobody else can move until you can only move during your turn because we're in combat now.
Maybe I should
So
have done
Lord
this so people
Brighton,
could see.
Lord Brighton is going to move there. Now, in order to attack you, what do I need to do? Because there's a chance I can hit one of your clones, right?
Yeah, you just determine randomly which one.
All right. So it's no perception check or anything. It's just roll
No.
random.
Yeah, because they're identical.
Oh, okay. So what's the best way we can do? I guess we could roll percentile,
You could roll a D3
Yeah.
if you wanted.
or I could roll a d3. What is it? /R space 1d3. Will that do it? Look at that. That worked. So 1 to 2, and I'm saying we're going to go from left to right. So he's actually targeting this guy. And he makes it to hit roll as normal. Yes.
Yeah, but I think as soon as it hits, it just pops out of it.
Well, does a 12 hit your AC?
I don't know. Where the hell's my sheet?
I can't help you with that, brother.
There it is. No, my AC is 14.
Okay, so he misses. You can see, the rest of you see that his motions, his movements are really jerky, and he only gets 1 attack. So he is done. I will pass it to Rudiger. You're up, sir.
Rudiger is gonna move. Like seeing that Mavius tried to attack this lady, he's gonna move here.
Yeah, he'll shout out what's happening so the others know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do I get flanking from that thing?
No, because it's not
Okay.
real. It's an
Okay.
illusion.
All right, then he's going to attack. So do I?
Yeah, target her. Yep, you've got her targeted.
Oh, she's targeted.
I think so. Your color is blue.
My color is
Down there in the bottom left-hand corner.
yeah, blue.
You got her targeted.
All right, then I think he's gonna try that. He's gonna hit her.
My beloved, protect me! Oh my gosh! So
Way cool, man.
that is a critical, which I believe is
I need to
Max.
do one thing though.
max damage. Yeah.
Yeah, it's max damage. I want to roll the D12 to see if it's exploding dice
Yes.
to have that feature.
Go for it.
No, it's not. So it's just max damage.
All right. So it's what, a 1d12 plus your strength, or a 12 plus what's your strength, Mon?
Yeah, 12 plus.
Oh yeah,
two.
it's right there.
Oh,
Duh.
it's
12
also half your level.
and half your level, so another 2.
Yeah.
So 12, 14, 16 points of damage. Yes.
Yes.
And you see her, one of her front spider legs comes up, and you see, she says some word. It actually kind of hurts your ears, and you're using a greatsword, right?
Yeah.
Your greatsword comes down, and then it just pivots right at the last second, and it hits Lord Brighton in the back for 14 points of damage. Or 16, excuse me, 16 points of damage. And he screams in pain, but it's a very muted scream.
My liver.
Yes, my spleen. And she just hisses at you, and you see for a second there, you saw, the beautiful woman that you saw, and then all of a sudden it kind of shimmers, and there's this 10-foot tall spider, and it's like, again, abdomen up is a beautiful woman. She's wearing some sort of like cloth, very flimsy, very shimmery cloth over her shoulders and her chest. So she's not naked, but she might as well be. And then, of course, you see her belly button, and then when it goes down, it turns into the spider's body, and it's very ugly, but yet strangely attractive. And she just hisses at you with this green venom dripping out of her mouth. And she all 8 eyes fix on you. Is that the end of your turn, sir?
So Lord Brighton is the one who took the damage instead of her,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
That's my understanding. I think I'm going to move. Is it possible? Yeah, okay. I'm going to move out of his threat range here.
Can you move again once you've moved? Hobbs, correct me, refresh me on the rules.
No. You
Yeah,
can't
you're-
move and
you're
attack
stuck.
or attack and move.
Okay.
You can't
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Then I'm going to end his turn.
All right. So Lothar, you still see the beautiful woman, and you see Rudiger trying to hack at her like he's gone mad. And Lord Brighton, at the last minute, he shifts his sword, and it just cuts right into the back of Lord Brighton, who kind of gives this like scream, but he seems intent on trying to hurt Mavius. You're not quite sure what's going on, although Mavius screamed out some stuff.
Yeah,
But
maybe
still.
it's called out. So,
Yeah.
I think what I'm going to do is
I would shoot Mavius if it was me. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna shoot at the chick as well. And then maybe call out to Angie and see if she can knock Lord Brighton out or something like that. Make him unconscious rather than kill him.
Okay.
You're going to expect Angie to not kill.
One thwack of the hammer, I don't know. Maybe. Worth a shot.
Is that AC 15?
AC 15.
That hits. Monk techniques? What is this?
Ignore that.
I was going to say, you're not a monk.
No, but at 3rd level, I took them.
Oh, you nice. Okay. And then your damage was, you rolled a 5?
Yeah.
Is that correct? So she takes 5 points of damage?
Yep.
Is that correct? And again, you see the image of this beautiful woman shimmer, and then all of a sudden, you're like, there's like a film over your eyes, and it's gone now, and you see what truly is this monstrous spider-like, woman that I've described, and it's hideous, and the arrow's sticking out of her shoulder. She's like, is that end your turn, Angie?
Awesome.
Oh, it did hurt her. I thought
So-
for sure you were saying something else.
Oh no, it hit.
So, how big is Lord Brighton compared to Angie? Is he smaller than her?
He's probably about the same size because he's a good, I'd say 6'3", 250. I mean, he's getting up there in age,
Yeah,
but he's
but
still
she's-
fit. He's a big dude.
And she's a half scorn. So, yeah.
Yeah.
She's
So,
a very big girl.
Yeah.
All right.
Guy's probably close to the same size.
All right. She's going to do something crazy. First, she's going to rage.
Shocker. And you attack Mavius.
No,
Oh,
she
said
is
something
going.
crazy.
Instead of attacking, she is going to body slam into Lord Brighton
Ooh.
with her hammer held crossways in front of her.
Right, I
And
got you.
she's just going to plow, and she's going to come at him with an angle to shove him past Mavius and
Mhm.
back into that far corner.
Okay, so you're going to probably do a charge, which
Yes.
will allow you to make an attack at the end, and you've got at least 10 feet there. So you're going to move right to that corner of him, I would assume. Yeah, right there. And then you're going to attack. Make sure you target him. And you know what his back is to you? I'm going to give you advantage.
All right.
Do the thing.
Do the thing. Do the voodoo that you do so well. Holy guacamole.
Does she
Can't wait to say
Oh,
hello.
that's a natural 19.
Yes.
Yes, so your hammer, does it have a special ability for at level 19 or on a 19?
Yeah, the injury setback.
Ooh, so my guy has to roll on the injury chart, yeah? And he takes 14 points of damage?
Yes.
Wow, jeez.
Barbarians don't like to play.
Ooh, my goodness. So 14. He is staggered. And then I have to roll on the injury setback, which I believe I have that table here. Injuries and setback. Booyah! Damaged armor. Armor you are wearing is damaged until repaired. Your armor provides only half the normal AC rounded down. Magical items have a 50% chance to negate this effect. So I have to roll percentile for him. And I guess it doesn't matter. So we'll say 1 to 50, he negates it. 51 to 100, he does not. Oh, he does not. Oh, well, guess what? He goes, and you're charging, right? So what's your
Yes.
normal movement?
My normal movement is 30.
All right, make me a strength check. A luck strength. And you do have your reroll for this if you choose to use it. And see if you can. It'll be opposed. Ooh, a success. So let's see what he gets. Ooh, he beats you. Oh no, terrible failure. That's right. You want to roll low. He will spend a point of luck to reroll that. And try
Reroll
one
pool,
more.
you mean?
Reroll. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I? I said I get the terms confused. It's the same thing though. As luck goes down by 1, right?
Only if
No.
he succeeds.
Only if he
His
succeeds.
reroll
Okay.
pool would go down by 1.
So it stays at a 4.
That's it.
Dude, still didn't manage to do it. Ugh, you suck. So you managed to push him. So you've already used 10 feet of your movement. So
Yep.
5, 10, bam! So you push him to there and you follow. See how I can do
Yep.
that? That's cool. And would you roll 1d6 for me, please? And add your strength modifier to it. 2 plus what's your...
My street modifier right now is a +3.
Oof.
So 5.
3, 5. Oh, man. And he is staggered and he is dazed on his next turn. So that's not good. Let me see if I can add the dazed condition to him. We will say, because I don't have dazed, we'll say frozen. So it equates to about the same thing. Just so we know that there's a status on him, basically. All right. All right. Does that end your turn? I believe it does. Oh, somebody's chatting to me. It's great. Nice, Josh. Angie, does that end your turn?
Yeah,
Yes.
she ended it.
All right, and now it
I
is
sneeze.
her turn. Well, oh, and this one disappears because you blew right through it. Hold on. Quick break. My son is screaming.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom again, Cleo.
Sorry about that. Little guy's music stopped playing and he was not happy. So it is my turn, yes? I believe I'm going to target this young man because he has hurt my lover and he tried to attack me. The audacity! The audacity! Does a 17 hit, good sir?
That's exactly my armor class.
Oh, that sucks. So go ahead and take 7 points of piercing damage as those two front giant spider claws, one of them just skewers you right in the side. And then she will try to bite you. Ooh, I think a 16 misses, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And her turn is done. Mr. Hobbs. Or Mavius, I should say. Mavius?
He went to.
Oh. He ran away.
I'll be back.
Well, we'll take this brief intermission to recommend that you go check out Angel's Citadel. They have reviews of gaming goodness up on their site where Joanne and Josh do reviews of current games, focusing mainly on Cypher, but due to a certain guy that might be mean, they've branched out a little bit. And I think they have an awesome review of Low Fantasy Gaming, if I remember correctly.
Low Fantasy Gaming and Low Fantasy Gaming Companion.
Yeah, and the companion. You get a twofer. Can't beat that. And then, of course, if you're subscribed to Mr. Mean Speaks, Nasser was just on with me Wednesday night, and we talked about that game. So if you haven't checked that out, go check it out. It was a fun show. We do it every month on a Wednesday, once a month. And I have distinguished members of the Meanie Horde, or Army. We still haven't decided which one's which. And we each choose a game, and we talk about that game. And I think if the Citadel is down, I'd love to have both of you on as well.
I think something can be arranged.
Yeah, we can do that.
And then I think I've been digesting the Mendoza City update for Low Life 2090, so I think we might have to pick that up again.
That's getting real close to being out, too.
Can't wait. All right, Mr. Mavius, it is your turn.
Can I cast my Curse of the Searing Steel on the bolt the arrow head that's in the lady?
I don't know. Can you? What does the spell dictate? Do you have to touch it?
No. It just says one model object within range, just 60 feet.
Well, then the answer is yes.
All right, so I'm going to do that. Curse of the
Ooh.
Searing Steel. One metal object
Nice.
within range, such as a weapon, piece of armor, or doorknob, turns red hot. No luck save is permitted. Any creature touching the object suffers 2d8 damage each round.
Ooh. Okay. They can pull it out, can't they?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. So is this a case where you just told her, "Hey, baby, just the tip"?
Maybe.
I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm a bad person.
Maybe. All right, here you go. Here is the DDM roll.
And this is a 3. Oh, it becomes. Yeah, you're fine.
Still fine. So 2d8. I can't tell which is a d8. 1, 2. 13 points.
Oh, she
Nice.
screams in pain.
And it lasts for 8 rounds.
Oh my gosh. Oh. And you notice with that she appears to be staggered. Someone's been reading the rules, can you tell?
Nice.
And yeah, she's not happy. Is that in your turn, sir? You wish to move, or do you wish to move one of your illusion, or?
I'm fine. You can put the illusion up here next to her in case she tries to attack me.
Alrighty. So go ahead and click next. Be Lord Brighton. Oh, he loses his turn because he is stunned.
Yeah, he's dazed.
He's dazed. But he does get to make a luck. What would you say to come out of being dazed? Would it be con or?
Con or will, whatever you think.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with con. He's trying to shake it off. Oh, he's fine. Unfortunately, though, I think he doesn't get to go until next round because you would make that save at the end of your turn. So he is done. Rudigar. This spider-looking thing looks haggard. She's bleeding. You can actually see the shaft is smoldering in her right shoulder that Lothar shot, and then you heard Mavius say some arcane words, and then she screamed out in pain, and she clutched her shoulder. What do you wish to do, sir?
Attack her.
I'd like to play Tiddlywinks. Okay.
That's what I'll do. Is she targeted?
Yeah, it looks like it. Roll your attack. Oh, man, Rudiger with the awesome roll.
20.
And no one next to her to deflect it to. Damn. All right. So that's max damage, right? So that's another 16 points of damage.
Roll your
Yeah.
d12 to see if it explodes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, almost.
Almost.
All right, so that's another 16 points of damage. Oh my gosh, is that right?
And then he's going to shout to Angie and say, "Disarm Lord Brighton."
Hold on, let me do some quick math here because I'm dumb. That's what I thought. She. Okay. Well, it's not her turn, so she can't. I mean, the dice roll. She's down. You cleave right into her, and literally just her female body, the torso. She looks at you with this moment of shock, and at the same time, Angie, you see the eyes of Lord Brighton. They actually clear that, like, fog that was in them, they look like cloudy, like cataracts. They actually slowly start to disappear. And he's looking around. He's like, what? And you see as this woman looks at you, Rudiger, in disbelief, and she like goes to talk, and before she can say anything, the top half of her female body literally just slides right off of the spider torso, and with a loud splurch hits the ground, and the body's abdomen just goes limp, the thorax, and it just falls, just kind of slumps right there. And as you look, you see her upper body. It is clawing away, and it moves here, and then and you're just in shock, and it moves again, and it gets here, and it gets there to the darkness. You can make a luck willpower roll. Mavius, you automatically succeed. You are no longer, whatever enthrallment she had on you has disappeared, and you feel normal, like a sigh of relief. But Rudiger, yeah, something ain't right. I need you to make a luck willpower.
A luck willpower. All right, that's what's gonna happen.
Oh, yeah, you're just in shock. You're just standing there like, oh my god, I killed this beautiful woman. You could make a real roll if you like.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
I don't blame you.
That.
I hope you fail again.
She's crawling.
I'm just saying.
Can I not shoot at her?
Past.
Yeah, you've got line of sight, so yeah. Well, I need you to make a willpower roll, or a luck willpower, to see if you can get past the fog that she's trying to put on you. Oh, damn it. So yes, you may fire.
Yes, I can.
Now, Rudiger, you did your attack, but you have not taken a movement, so you could move to intercept her, and I think she's still in range. Ooh, AC 6, that's a miss.
Yeah.
Well, she was moving out of my threat range. Would I get an attack of opportunity on her?
I would say no, because you had to spend the time to the willpower test. She's
I will try to intercept her.
Okay.
What is it?
So you can move over there. We're still in combat, so...
You can't move, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Hold on, I'll move you. Are you going to go to right here? Or right here?
I will... I would rather move there so I can give somebody else a chance to help me later on.
Okay. And then, Angie, you're up. And Lothar is looking at you like... What happened? Oops, wait a minute. I didn't mean to move you.
Brighton.
Lothar fires off an arrow and is all, I missed.
You're looking at your bow, shaking like, is this thing broken? It must be unbalanced. Angie,
So Brighton's looking at me confused?
Yes, he's like, you see you're raging, so I think your mental faculties are a little skewed right now. You're just seeing blood. So, I mean, you can choose to end your rage when you want, though, can't you?
Yes.
Okay. But you're not capable of any other higher brain functions, I don't believe.
Rage doesn't say that.
Oh, okay. Well,
It just says I crank the damage.
Yeah. So what do you wish to do?
If he's not fighting her, she's going to calm down because that's not going to incite her bloodlust.
Yeah, no, he's just standing there. He's actually dropped his Morning Star. His shield's kind of buckled to his arm, so he can't really drop it. But he's looking dazed and confused. And you see a little blood coming, out of what you would assume to be his ears and his nose. And he looks very, very stunned and confused.
And if I look over my shoulder, do I see this Chicky Boo trying to run away?
I think your line of sight, because those stairs go down, so your line of sight is blocked. You can see Rudiger standing there looking very, I would assume, concerned.
Yeah, if Rudiger is headed for the stairs and Brighton's looking back to normal, Angie's going to run over to help Rudiger.
Okay. And of course, when you clear that right there, you see the upper torso trailing this green viscous goo. And she's crawling, and you see when her hands hit the concrete, her nails are actually piercing and almost like Wolverine climbing up the side of her, just, and she's pulling herself into the darkness.
Yeah, no, Angie's gonna leap at her with the great sword and try to smash her in the head.
Okie dokie. Great sword or great hammer?
Great hammer.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Boom, baby!
Oh, jeez. Is that a...
18.
Oh, it doesn't show me. Oh,
Roll.
Yeah, if you hover over, it's the first number, 18,
you hover over where?
where it says.
Oh,
hit
there it
AC.
goes. It takes a second for it to pop up. I see. Yeah, I wanted to see if it was a 19 or a 20. Jeez. All right. Well, yeah, you squish her head, and she. Oh man, I was so close. She gives up the ghost. The body goes limp. It turns into this green goo and starts to bubble. Very caustic smell. Smells very bad, and then it just starts to dissipate. And then you feel your back, Angie, just go very, like the backpack that was on your back just gets really light all of a sudden.
Oh man, Mavis gonna be pissed.
Well, damn you guys. You guys rocked it tonight. Holy crap. I was not expecting that.
Is there any more magic around?
Not from where you're standing. There's a slight trace right here. But it seems to be fading as you concentrate on it.
I'd be curious to see if the rest of the castle is now free.
Rudiger makes his way to Lord Brighton and apologizes. He says, "My apologies, my lord. I attacked you due to her magic."
Yeah, he's in shock, and first thing he says is, "Where's my Claire?"
Angie's gonna walk over and just kind of toss him over one shoulder with a grunt and start walking out.
Toss who over one shoulder?
Brighton.
Brighton, apparently.
Well, he's kind of getting his faculties back. He's not going to let you toss him over his shoulder. He's kind of looking at you like, "My lady."
She just kind of grabs him and says, "Come on."
He stumbles and he goes with you. You guys head back up to his area.
Yeah, and Angie's going to be explaining to him, "Sir, we have a saying among my people: don't copulate crazy."
What? Yeah, so long story short, he's confused. He's obviously doesn't know like what's happened to the last couple of days. That last thing he remembers is a maid coming into his personal bed chambers and crawling in bed with him, and that's the last thing he remembers. And then of course waking up here, and kind of in pain. And of course you get back up to his quarters, and there's a physician brought up, and they proceed to perform some healing on him and help him and bind his wounds. And Claire is he's been asking for Claire the whole time, and Claire is nowhere to be seen.
Again?
Yeah, she's gone. Nobody can find her. The seneschal, that old guy that kind of looked a lot like Mavius except 10 times older, is like, he goes and starts yelling at people to find Claire, and comes back in a couple minutes and says, "My lord, I have runners out amongst the city to look for her, but nobody has seen her in 2 days."
You guys
And he's
should.
like, "I told you about it, my lord. I told you yesterday morning." And Brighton's like, he's in pain right now, and he's being, administered to by the physician. And he's like, I do not remember it. It's all a fog. And the woman, where is the beautiful raven-haired, green-eyed woman? She came to my bed chambers, and
I squished her head.
She
and
is
he's
no
like,
more.
What?
She was
Hobbs.
a spider.
or Mavius.
Mm-hmm.
The books.
Oh yeah, we should
Where?
probably look. Is the weights gone because they just disappeared, or what?
Well, when you look in Angie's backpack, yeah, they're gone. As a matter of fact, when you open the backpack, a spider crawls out. And it drops to the floor in a thin thing of silk really fast, much faster than you would have thought. And it scurries off into the darkness before you can even think to contemplate to step on it. And in the back of your mind, you hear I'll be back and have my vengeance, mortals. And you guys fucked up my story.
I'm
Well-
sorry.
What? Say again, Angie?
Are you gonna cry?
Yeah, I might. It's not pretty. You don't want to. You don't.
Okay.
No, it's.
So cry a river, build a bridge, and then walk over it.
And you'll be over it, right?
Exactly.
You go on to the sunny side, and life will be good. Wow. Kudos to Nasser for just hitting like a freight train. Dude, 2 crits in a row.
Pretty awesome.
That's
Foundry
pretty.
likes me.
You
Foundry likes me. Quote of the night.
The first one away, so we had to give another one.
Dude, she had like 45 hit points. She was an 8 hit die creature.
And she got squished.
And she majorly got squished. I will say Clutch was the clone spell. What was it called? Hobbs?
I don't know. I have to look at my sheet.
Say Mavius with his will of iron.
Yeah, and that. So, yeah, the books are gone. So that's a story for another time. I was not expecting this to go that fast. So I'm going to go across the top. Joanne, what did you think? Kind of anticlimactic on my part, I am going to say. I honestly thought she was going to put up a fight because she had spells and she didn't even get a chance to get her spells. I mean, she got one spell off. But other than that, yeah, it didn't go my way. I was not prepared for the awesomeness that is the Nasser. And
I think it was a combined effort because Hobbs using his thing on the cause, and Josh doing his thing.
Yeah,
It was a
Josh
combined
put the
effort.
arrow in her, which let Mavius do the spell
That was
which-
a lot of damage she took.
in one round. I mean,
I
yeah.
thought
I mean,
for sure we were going to have to kill Hobbs.
Yeah,
it was
that was
kind
what-
of going
that's
that
what I
way.
was worried
And
about.
if he would have failed the Wilson or the what was it, intellect or will? What did you did? Will? Yeah. If he would have failed, if he would have critically failed, he would have been like, "Oh, I have to protect my goddess." You know, it would have been. It would have, and he would have. Hobbs is a very good player. He would have totally been like, "Okay, I'm going to start, setting these fuckers on fire or whatever it is I need to do." But unfortunately, he rode like a boss and took my thunder because I was really, really expecting him to fail. I really was. I thought for sure.
I almost decided to anyway, but then I decided that his madness wasn't bad enough to do that. And I think he's realized that Arachne isn't nearly as powerful as what he really seeks. So he's decided to betray
Fair
her
enough.
and now seek greater powers throughout beyond the veil. So that's if there would have been like a soliloquy, I was going to do something like that. But you aren't powerful enough to command me. I command you. Or something.
Nice.
I don't know.
Excellent. So, Joanne, I'm sorry we interrupted you real quick. What your thoughts?
It was good.
Yeah.
I like the barbarian. I like being in
Barbarian.
the tank.
Yeah. Wow.
Here, let me walk you over to here to where you're not in the way.
That was pretty awesome, I will say. Yeah, and being able to make the charge, as long as you can move 10 feet, which you had just exactly 10 feet, and then just plowing him right up, and then he took a little bit of damage hitting the pillar. That was my own little flair, because to me it makes sense. And that's one of the things Steve says is do what you think makes sense. Make it your game.
For sure.
So I definitely took that to heart. Josh, your thoughts?
It was a lot of fun. I think the variation among the classes is really, really interesting. You know, you've got the standard D&D classes, where there's not really a whole heck of a lot of difference between like a barbarian or a fighter
Right.
or a paladin or whatever, but it felt like there was a difference between, you know, Nasser's fighter and Joanne's barbarian.
Night
It
and day.
felt like, you know, with the ranger, he wasn't doing a ton of damage, but the fact that he hit dang near every single freaking time after about second level meant that he was always doing something.
Right. Very. I think all of the classes, well, at least the 4 here that we've played with. I'm playing a monk in my friend Brian's game, but I just bowed out of it because I want to run. I'm more of a GM than a player. The monk was fun. I did enjoy it, but it's not the game for me to play. Does that make sense? Like I wasn't enjoying myself as a player, but now as a GM, oh my God, I mean, I know it was really short and I do apologize, but you guys mopped the floor with my 2 big baddies because Lord Brighton is a tank, you know, and he had, you know, but again, high damage, low hit points, medium armor. The game, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. It proved it right there. And you guys were 4th level, you know, and I even bumped Brighton's hit points up, and you guys still managed. I mean, Angie, you rocked him, you know. So yeah, and then yeah, Josh, like you said, you're not doing a ton of damage, but you're consistent, you know, and just
you know,
staying back and pinging the bad guy was. And then you gave Hobbs the chance to do his little mojo, and that really hurt her. That put her over the edge and made her staggered.
Yeah.
I mean,
and from a technical standpoint, if you look at you know, the work that Dab's done on Foundry's low fantasy gaming module, I love how slick it is. I love how it works, and you know, how easy he made it to get damage into the chat, and how it rolls everything, and you can easily call out, okay, this is a success, this is a great success, it's a great failure, and you know, it's color coded and it just stands out, it pops, it does it. They did a really good job with it.
I will say the Foundry interface makes this enjoyable to run. We had the little technical difficulty in the very beginning, and that's just because that was, I think, Foundry, you know, because this isn't even a full version of Foundry. This is .871 or something like that. So this is, even though it's released to the public and you can buy it right now for $50, this is not the complete game or software. It's only it's at 0.8. It's not even revision 1.0. So there's still a ton of work to go into this, and they're just making improvements every day. And the fan base, and you know, guys like Dabs, amazing, awesome work. And you know, he even reached out to me and said, "Hey, you know, I know you're running. You know, anything I can do, let me know." You know, and I was like, "Well, we could really use the DDM table," and boom, we had it the next day. So
Yeah, no, it's
kudos to them
did a
for,
great
you
job.
know. And I love it. Didn't really come into play for Hobbs or Mavius, Hobbs's character, but the DDM to me is it's gravy. There's a consequence to casting magic, right? And I like that, and you know, and Hobbs didn't sling, or Mavius didn't sling a ton of spells. I mean, he was very reluctant to resort to magic if he could stab you in the back or shoot you in the face with a crossbow at point blank range. But that's good because he was not a one trick pony. And often, like we see in Lord of the Rings, you know, Gandalf wielding a sword, you know, or being very proactive with his staff. You know, we typically think in terms of D&D, you know, where the mage can only sling spells. He can't use a sword, or he can't use it very effectively. But in this case, you know, Mavius was very effective in combat, and he missed with his first initial strike. And then he popped the illusion spell, which was awesome. And it worked because Lord Brighton went after the illusion. Sadly, he missed. But if he would have hit, that illusion would have poof, and Mavius would have been fine. So yeah, the amount of dedication and work that went into Foundry, I think, is amazing, and I think it's just getting better every day. And yeah, I thank you guys for playing. But before we get into that, Mr. Hobbs, Mavius the Mad,
Nice.
Mavius the Mad. I dug. First and foremost, I dug all of your characters. I thought they had depth, they had character, and you all played them really well. And Nasser jumping in, one or two adventures in, you were up to speed and you rocked it. But Mr. Hobbs, A, thank you for hosting. B, thank you for being a player because I know you're a GM as well. And C, thanks for helping me out with the rules. So what did you think, with everything?
Well, I'm already a big fan of low fantasy gaming. I primarily run 2 games, and this is one of them. Like you said, a lot of the character classes, they're a little front heavy for what I'm used to because I'm really an old school guy. But this does straddle that line between old school and, for 5th edition D&D, which is exactly what Steve was doing when he wrote it. So the magic system pulls like the nicest things out of other games that I love, like Dungeon Crawl Classics. It kind of has that dangerous magic feel, but not too many tables, so the book isn't ginormous like a DCC is.
Yeah.
I thought this was a really fun group. I'm glad that, we had a blast, just the 3 of us, but with Nasser jumping in, it certainly enhanced it. And I would agree with Josh. You got 3 of the fighter subtypes here, and they were all very, very different.
Yeah.
And even like Josh's Ranger is different than Sean P. Kelly's Ranger in my low fantasy game that I run every Sunday morning. And the fighters are, there's a lot of room in here for making your character your own. They're not, there's a lot of granularity that exists in the system, and that's good. The magic system was fun. Maybe I should have made more of a magic user so we could have seen more magic than my regular hedge mage, thiefy type guy. But it's also interesting to see how much, play even in a single character there is, because you have the unique feature, which then can, like Joanne did with Angie, giving him some monk capabilities, or what the wizard in my game took spear, so like he's a badass spear fighter as a magic user. So you can really do some nice combinations with that. The story was cool. Like I had mentioned, I wasn't sure how it was all going to end. Mavius was kind of oblivious most of the time, but obviously not too oblivious, because we didn't fall into this horrible downward spiral of magic. So
I will say episode 4, it was at 4 or 3.
This is 4. 3.
This is 4. So 3, me and Hobbs got online and we talked, because he was like, dude, A, it's been a while, so you have to refresh my memory of what happened, and B, where are we going with this? What's the plan? And I was like, well, she's got her hooks into you, and she's going to use you to try and manipulate you. And he rolled on the insanity table, and he got he wanted to be the leader. Like, he didn't want anybody to tell him what to do. It wasn't horrible, but it was very much I should be in charge, and he started playing that. And then I kept throwing I threw another book at him, and so that kind of took him out of the limelight, so to speak. But that was her way to infect him, and it would have gone a lot differently had he have failed those 2
that would have been fun.
Yeah, because you would have started slinging your spells at the players,
so
they would have had her to deal with. They would have had Brighton to deal with, and Brighton hits like a freight train as well. And then you slinging spells, and I trusted you, and I really was hoping that you would fail, so that, because I figured you would play your character to the best of its abilities. It
would have been great.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'm a little sad that it ended the way it did. I had more planned, but it also just shows you how lethal the game is for the players as well as the GM, right? Yeah. And Hobbs, you've run this a lot more than I have.
Action economy is interesting in this game, so
yeah. And because I thought I looked at their abilities and I went, well, Brighton hits like a freight train. So if he hits one of these guys, he's gonna, they don't have that many hit points. They're gonna be hurting. And that's the point of this game is, you don't get into a fight unless you know you can win or there's no other choice, right? The combat is very deadly and very serious. And I thought you guys went in with good plans. I didn't want to pull the surprise, attack on you. So that's why I gave you the perception check to see if you could see the spider, crawling out of the guard's neck, in which you guys did. And so I think it went really well. It was a lot of fun. I'm extremely happy with the system. I think this will be my go-to low fantasy game.
It felt pretty swords and sorcery, I thought, too. Even though there was a lot of magic going around, kind of at the end, it wasn't the super flashy, epic, high fantasy D&D type stuff. It felt more like a sword and sorcery.
Gritty.
Try and sneak up there and do something. Like you could have made both of them boss monsters and then added some of the boss monster stuff, which would have changed the fight a lot.
I did. I made her a boss monster. She had spells because she's based off of a hag because there's nothing in the rules there for me to work with. So I made her a hag and then I gave her spell casting.
Well, you could have given her off turn actions. So like every time we make an action, she gets an action. I've found that really
like layer actions almost in D&D. I kind of, because that was kind of her layer down there, and I wanted to do that, but to be honest, I thought she hits pretty hard too. And then on top of that, she has spells, and I thought, man, if she gets her spells off,
but you never know.
She's worth a chance. You guys were on her, and it was the action economy in this case went against the GM, which is fine. I don't have a problem with how the story turned out. I liked the way it turned out. But yeah, so Mr. Nasser, what's your thoughts, sir?
I enjoyed it. Low fantasy gaming is a well-oiled machine.
That's a great way to put it. One of the things I dislike about D&D is that one round of combat can take an hour. And God forbid you have like 4 to 6 players. Normally you have 3 to 4 players, but like our D&D group, I think is up to 6 players. And like combat just was like, and I enjoy the game because my friend Brian is running it and he's a fabulous GM. And then the players are all my, 20-year veteran friends, all of them. So, I obviously a chance to hang out with them and game with them is always, it's more about the camaraderie than we could be playing virtual tiddlywinks and I would be having just as much fun because it's my friends and I love them and I miss them. And I moved up here to the Great White North, so I don't get to see them. So, but I've made new friends, all of you mooks, and I love you all. Hobbs has been awesome in hosting the channel. So that I can concentrate on running the game and learning Foundry. And I think my Foundry knowledge has grown in leaps and bounds, and I'm quite enamored with it. I'm very, very happy. I've been using it to run Pathfinder, and it's been going swimmingly. I mean, we've had such a blast with the Pathfinder game. We play every Friday night, and so I get time to, the more you use it, the more you learn that it can do and stuff like that. So for me, Foundry is the VTT of choice for me. I don't want to push it on other people. I know Hobbs loves his Roll20. It does what he wants to do. Brian is a huge fan of Roll20.
I own Foundry as well. I just haven't done anything with it yet. One of these days when I'm not running.
I will say the learning curve, it's like going up a flight of stairs. The first step sucks because you got to go up a flight of stairs. But then by you get halfway through it, you're like, oh, it's not so bad. I'm in my stride now. I'm moving. And I think, once you figure out what modules you want and, obviously there's more support for games like D&D, so there's a ton of modules for D&D because Foundry is a base framework, just like Fantasy Grounds. It's just, and then you have to put a game into it and get out of it what you will. So like for low fantasy gaming, Dabs, I think it's Dabs and another guy that are doing all this work. And they're just 2 guys, volunteers. They're not charging. I would gladly pay $10 for this module to bring these tools in to run because I think it works really smoothly for what we have. And this is not even the full game. There's more to come for the low fantasy gaming as well as Foundry. So yeah, I mean, and Nasser, you're in Bahrain. I mean, you're halfway around the world, and we've had no issues, right? Technically, except for the minor little glitch that I had.
Smooth, very smooth.
Yeah, and again, not a full program. This is version 0.8 whatever. So this is not even, technically, this is a beta. We're not even in full product release. So I think for what it is, it's working wonderfully. And I applaud all of you for taking the time to learn it and jump right in and play. And I really enjoyed it. So you guys have foiled the attempts of Arachne, the spider goddess, to come back into the world. And of course, by killing her, or banishing her from this plane, because can you really kill a god? So, but the castle has gone back to normal, and surprisingly, there's a lot less spiders around. Go figure.
I do have a question, though.
Yeah.
What happened to Lord Brighton's daughter?
Well, we don't know. As they say, that is a tale for another time. So that's really it. I want to thank everybody here on the channel for playing, and Hobbs for your generous support and time to manage the uploads. I want to thank everybody who watched and or will watch. Thank you very, very much. And with that, we're going to end the stream. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us for this little trip through Mr. Hobbs's Gamerhood. Rock on.